Hi, my name is Lauren Ramos, and I am a senior studying International Affairs, Spanish, French, and Arabic. Chapter 9 discusses land management issues and the problems, both ecological and social, which we face surrounding this issue. The discussion question which I chose for Chapter 9 revolves around smart growth, which is a set of planning guidelines which aim to prevent urban sprawl. Urban sprawl refers to the uncontrolled expansion of population in urban areas. Although this occurs in major urban areas throughout the world, this is commonly seen in the United States as people are leaving the cities in search of more spacious and comfortable living in surrounding areas. This sprawl is caused by the exponential growth of the population in the United States, which is expected to increase by 50% by the first half of this century. However, urban sprawl also causes many problems, including a declining tax base, automobile dependency, pollution, and a loss of social capital. As people leave the city and take their tax money with them, infrastructure and development worsens significantly within the city, which can even cause higher crime rates. Automobile dependency speaks for itself as roads destroy ecosystems and cars pollute the air and water. In relation to social capital, this refers to how people begin to feel detached from society and other people as they sprawl out further from one another. This is where smart growth comes into play. Smart growth has grown in popularity with urban planners as it designs transportation systems which include public transit, biking, walking, and also mixed land uses. Through this, it decreases pollution and increases air quality, efficiently delegating how land should be used and emphasizing a sense of community by creating public spaces which are closer together. At the heart of the concept of smart growth is an identified connection between quality of life and development. And this connection shows that if we continue in our development patterns, it will have detrimental effects on society and daily life. Contrary to how it may sound, smart growth encourages growth by aiming to make further development more responsible and eco-friendly through plans of compact building and efficient transportation options. As promising as this program sounds, it lacks support. While the EPA and several ecologists and city planners support it, the general public lacks motivation to support it as well. Smart growth redistributes the benefits and the costs of development and also challenges the comfort levels of today's Americans. The ideal home is often considered a single house and a private lot for many American families, and high-density living quarters threaten that. Smart growth has, however, been successful in some areas, one specific major area being Fort Collins, Colorado, through their implementation of smart growth's mixed land use policy. Traffic problems have been minimized through the clustering of residential area with an industrial area. The second discussion question, which I have chosen to discuss, revolves around the concept of the demographic transition. The demographic transition is a major hindrance to eliminating world starvation and disparity. This theory was outlined in 1945 by Frank Notenstein, as he described that societies ought to experience three societal stages. In the first stage, which characterizes pre-modern societies, birth and death rates are high, thus causing population to grow at a minuscule rate. In the second stage, population grows rapidly due to lower death rates and higher birth rates. And finally, in the third stage, births and deaths equalize and stabilize, which represents most of the industrialized world today. However, the disparity lies in the less developed world's inability to escape the second stage. This is the demographic trap. The demographic trap is generally caused by slow desertification, soil erosion, deforestation, and worsened by imported food, borrowed money from developed countries, and marginal farmland. Another factor which affects the high birth rates within these countries is religion, as Roman Catholicism and Islam dominates in these less developed countries. Both of these religions imply reward for barren large families, which place governments in an awkward position to mandate or recommend having smaller and more sustainable family sizes. Furthermore, developed countries often hinder these countries' ability to escape the demographic trap by emphasizing non-renewable development rather than sustainable development, such as agriculture or renewable forestry. Not to mention the various food aid given by developed countries rather than helping with self-sufficiency, therefore only further sustaining an already inevitably dying population. An example of this can be seen in Ghana. Ghana is a third world African country which once thrived domestically through its local and family-run farm production of rice, poultry, and tomatoes. However, globalization introduced imported goods from the United States and the European Union, including rice, poultry, and tomatoes, which could be made available to the public at a much cheaper price than that of local farmers. This was made possible this was and is made possible due to subsidies which have been placed on these goods by their own home governments. This free trade and globalization led to many local farmers being driven out of business and a crash of the domestic sector in Ghana as well as many other less developed countries.